But who does Gervonta remind you of?
So many different great fighters. So many different fighters. I think it's a
Considered one of the sport's legends, Mike Tyson has long viewed Tank as one of the top fighters. In a recent live call, Tyson wished Tank well and offered him some tips before his fight with Shakur. Even Roy Jones Jr. has compared Tank to Tyson, but Tank feels he's better than Tyson.
I mean, what do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank is a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do they think? What do you think about them comparing him to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
Oh.
As Gervonta Davis prepares for his next fight, Mike Tyson has expressed strong confidence in Davis's ability to maintain his undefeated record. Tyson believes Tank has consistently demonstrated exceptional skill in the ring, especially during his highly anticipated showdown with Ryan Garcia. This fight, which headlined a major Showtime pay-per-view event, was significant not only for the action inside the ring, but also for the intense pre-fight buildup. Davis and Garcia had publicly agreed to wager their entire fight purses on the outcome, showcasing their confidence and the fierce nature of their rivalry. However, the bet never materialized, a fortunate turn for Garcia given the result. In the main event, Gervonta Davis proved why he's regarded as one of the most dangerous fighters in the lightweight division. He dominated the fight, landing an early knockdown in the second round. Davis's power and precision were on full display, culminating in a crushing body shot in the seventh round that left Garcia unable to continue. This victory not only solidified Davis's status as a top contender, but also ignited conversations about his place in boxing history. After the fight, Davis was asked if he considered himself the new face of boxing, a title once endorsed by his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather. The question brought back memories of when Mayweather first predicted Davis's rise to stardom. In response, Davis confidently embraced the title, reinforced by the event's success and his dominant performance.
I have friends to negotiate a deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Two black men should be able to have a conversation about business.
In an interview with Pro Wrestling Bits, Tyson expressed his belief that Gervonta Davis has a strong shot at retiring undefeated. He acknowledged the tough challenges ahead, specifically naming Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson as the most significant threats to Davis's perfect record. Tyson remarked, "There's a good chance he could retire undefeated, but then there's Devin Haney and Stevenson. Those guys are very skilled. They're the only two who could possibly pose a threat to him." While Davis has established himself as a dominant force, the presence of talented contenders like Haney and Stevenson ensures that his path forward won't be easy. According to Tyson, these fighters are known for their technical prowess and strategic minds, making them formidable opponents for Davis. Following this, Mike Tyson recently joined Gervonta Davis in a live session where he offered tips and advice on how to prepare for a potential matchup with Shakur Stevenson. While Tyson's endorsement of Davis's abilities was clear, his recognition of Stevenson as a serious threat highlights the respect Tank has for his possible challengers. Tyson's advice, drawn from his vast experience in the sport, was seen as invaluable for Davis as he navigates his career. The mention of sparring sessions adds another layer to the discussion. Tyson noted that Davis, Haney, and Stevenson have likely faced each other in sparring, a common practice among top-tier boxers. However, he warned against putting too much stock in sparring results, as they don't always predict the outcomes of actual fights.
I know they boxed before, and some people got the advantage over others in sparring. Sparring's not like fighting. For some reason, people don't.
I know they've boxed before, and some people got the advantage over others in sparring. But sparring is not like fighting, Tyson explained. This distinction is important, as the dynamics and pressures of a professional fight differ significantly from those in a training environment. It's not just Mike Tyson who sees Gervonta Davis as one of the greatest fighters. Roy Jones Jr. has also joined Tyson in praising Davis, further solidifying Davis's growing reputation. According to Jones, the lightweight division is packed with exceptional talent, including Shakur Stevenson, Vasyl Lomachenko, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia. However, Jones has singled out Davis for his extraordinary skills and potential. In a conversation with Steven Jackson on All the Smoke, Jones praised Davis's abilities, calling him one of the best ones out there. He emphasized that Davis is not just a powerful puncher, but also a highly skilled boxer, a combination that sets him apart from his peers. "He's really one of the pound-for-pound best ones out of the group," Jones said, highlighting Davis's versatility and technical expertise. Jones further elaborated on Davis's skills, pointing out his proficiency in both offensive and defensive maneuvers. Davis's ability to punch with both power and precision is complemented by his boxing IQ, enabling him to adapt and execute strategies effectively in the ring. "He can punch, but he also can box," Jones said. "Some that can punch can't box. He can box, he can punch, he can move laterally, he can do it left side, right side." This versatility is particularly noteworthy in today's boxing landscape, where many fighters specialize in either power or technique, but rarely excel in both. Davis's southpaw stance adds another layer of complexity for his opponents, making him a challenging fighter to predict and counter. "He can do whatever he needs to do as a southpaw to get the job done. And that's saying a lot because not many guys can do that today," Jones added.
I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that because
Davis's record speaks loudly about his knockout power, with 28 of his 30 victories coming by knockout. However, Jones emphasized that it's not just Davis's power but also his strategic intelligence that sets him apart. "He shows enough discipline to know he's got the power, but also to know how to set up the punch before delivering it," Jones explained. This ability to set up his punches is a hallmark of Davis's fighting style, highlighting his understanding of timing and positioning. Jones compared Davis's approach in the ring to playing chess, a game of strategy and foresight. He pointed out that the ability to set up punches and anticipate an opponent's moves is a rare skill that makes Davis especially dangerous. "That's a real chess player in the boxing ring," Jones said. "That's the most dangerous kind of guy, besides a Mike Tyson type in boxing. A guy who can play chess in the boxing ring is a killer, and that's what Tank does." Further comparing Davis to other elite fighters, Jones mentioned Terence Crawford as another boxer who excels at setting up his punches, suggesting that both Davis and Crawford are among the best in the sport because of their tactical skills. "That's what makes him and Terence Crawford two of the best right now, because of their setup game," Jones concluded. This high praise from Roy Jones Jr. adds to the growing recognition of Gervonta Davis as not only a powerful puncher but also a complete fighter with a deep understanding of boxing's strategic elements. However, Tank has often been compared to the legendary heavyweight boxer Mike Tyson. This comparison comes from Davis's fearsome reputation in the ring, similar to Tyson's early career when he was feared for his explosive power and aggressive style. However, Davis himself believes that these comparisons may not fully capture his skills and style as a boxer. In an interesting assessment of his abilities, Davis distinguished himself from Tyson, stressing that while Tyson was an exceptional fighter, their styles differ significantly. According to Davis, he sees himself as a more well-rounded fighter than Tyson, whom he characterized as primarily a brawler. In a tweet shared by boxing reporter Michael Benson, Davis elaborated on his perspective, stating, "I think I'm a boxer puncher. Mike Tyson was a brawler. Mike Tyson had power and skills. I feel like I have the whole package." This statement reflects Davis's confidence in his boxing abilities, emphasizing his belief that he possesses a more comprehensive set of skills compared to Tyson. While Tyson was known for his power and intimidating presence in the ring, Davis suggests that his own approach combines technical skill, defensive acumen, and strategic boxing, making him a more versatile fighter. Davis's self-assessment highlights his identity as a boxer puncher, a style that blends powerful punches with technical boxing skills. This approach allows him to adapt to different opponents and situations in the ring, utilizing both offensive and defensive tactics. In contrast, Tyson's reputation was largely built on his aggressive style and knockout power, which often quickly overwhelmed his opponents. Despite comparisons to Tyson, Davis is more frequently associated with another legendary boxer, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Unlike Tyson, Mayweather is celebrated for his defensive and technical skills and tactical intelligence in the ring. Davis, who has trained under Mayweather's guidance, has incorporated some of these elements into his own fighting style. While he possesses massive knockout power, Davis also emphasizes defense and counterpunching, showcasing a more measured and strategic approach to boxing. This blend of skills positions Davis uniquely in the sport. He has the power to end fights dramatically, much like Tyson, but also the technical skills and defensive awareness that remind everyone of Mayweather.
What's the other guy name? The heavyweight with the grill?
Oh, George Foreman.
George Foreman, yeah, definitely need to talk to them. Even Mike Tyson.
This combination makes him a formidable opponent and a compelling figure in the lightweight division, where he continues to build his legacy. While Davis acknowledges the differences between himself and Tyson, he has always shown deep respect for the heavyweight legend. He recognizes Tyson's significant impact on the sport and the enduring legacy he has created. The boxing world is currently in a state of uncertainty, with several high-profile fighters still undecided about their next moves. Canelo Alvarez, one of the sport's biggest stars, has yet to finalize an opponent for his upcoming fight. Meanwhile, Devin Haney's future remains unclear following the fallout from the Ryan Garcia bout. Gervonta Davis is also navigating similar uncertainty, with a potential matchup against Lomachenko seemingly off the table. Among these big names, Gervonta Davis's situation is of particular interest to Shakur Stevenson. Fresh off a recent win against Yoshino, Stevenson is eager to solidify his standing in the sport with a significant victory. A fight against Davis would undoubtedly be a high-stakes, high-profile event, offering Stevenson the chance to not only prove himself against one of the best, but also to silence critics who question his level of competition. Stevenson's desire to face Davis has been bolstered by his co-manager, Josh Dubin, who spoke to Boxing Scene about their readiness to negotiate a fight. It's all up to Tank. One thing about Shakur, he'll take on anyone you put in front of him. We're here, waiting and ready to negotiate, Dubin stated. This comment underscores Stevenson's willingness to take on any challenge, a trait that has been a defining feature of his career thus far. Dubin also touched on the practical realities that often dictate whether high-profile fights come to fruition, particularly the financial aspects of arranging such a bout. We'll know how realistic it is by how financially viable they make it for Shakur. Our phone lines are open, and they have our numbers. It's a fight Shakur really wants. He's been pushing for it for a long time, he explained. This transparency about the financial considerations adds a layer of complexity to the negotiations, as both sides will need to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. Shakur Stevenson, meanwhile, has been active on social media, responding to criticism about his recent victories. Initially, he reacted to the talk surrounding a potential fight with Gervonta Davis with a simple smirk emoji, a subtle but telling response. However, he later posted a more direct message to his fans, assuring them that his dreams are near and emphasizing that negotiations don't happen on Twitter. This statement suggests that Stevenson remains focused on his career goals, managing expectations and speculation in a measured way.
They throw shots, but they say so. Like, he throws shots and then want to be buddy-buddy. You know what I mean?
In a subsequent post, Stevenson extended an open invitation to Davis's team, signaling his readiness for serious negotiations. This proactive approach highlights Stevenson's eagerness to face Davis, emphasizing the importance of formal discussions over casual social media exchanges. The conversation around this potential matchup heated up when Davis's co-trainer, Kenny Ellis, described Lomachenko's choice not to pursue a fight with Davis as a duck. Ellis hinted that their focus might now shift to Stevenson, challenging him to demonstrate that he won't similarly avoid the fight. This commentary from Davis's camp adds another layer of pressure and public intrigue, setting the stage for a possible clash between two of boxing's rising stars. The prospect of this fight is further supported by Stevenson's current contractual freedom. With Stevenson no longer bound by a promotional contract and yet to decide on his next move, the path to arranging a bout with Davis seems more straightforward. This fight represents not only a significant financial opportunity, but also a considerable professional risk for Stevenson. Both fighters remain undefeated, adding even higher stakes to the potential bout. For Stevenson, facing Davis offers a chance to cement his place in the boxing world and address any lingering doubts about his abilities. It would be a major event, likely attracting substantial attention and revenue. However, it also presents a significant challenge, as Davis is renowned for his power and skill, making him a formidable opponent. Recently, following Gervonta Davis's latest fight, a social media post by his co-trainer Kenny Ellis sparked controversy and confusion. Ellis humorously suggested that vassal Lomachenko might step aside to allow a Davis versus Shakur Stevenson matchup in the fall, with Lomachenko facing the winner in early 2025. Despite the tongue-in-cheek nature of the comment, many fans took it seriously, fueling widespread speculation and debate.
I'm not gonna put it out while you left, but you remember.
Why you think I left?
It came out your mouth.
Let me hear this. I want to hear
it. It came out your mouth, Shakur. You gonna deny that shit.
The post quickly caught the attention of Bob Arum, the veteran boxing promoter who works with Lomachenko. Arum responded bluntly to the rumors, telling Boxing Scene, "These guys make up Saw Wars." His comment underscored the lack of factual basis in Ellis's post and highlighted the often unpredictable nature of boxing rumors that circulate on social media. Ellis later clarified his statement, explaining that it was meant as a joke. He expressed surprise at the fans' reaction and confirmed that the anticipated Davis versus Lomachenko fight was still on track. "Where's the sense of humor? I was just joking. Tank versus Loma is still in the works," Ellis stated on Monday, trying to clear up the confusion. The potential matchup between Davis and Lomachenko has been a topic of interest for several years. Back in 2017, when Davis first claimed a world title at super featherweight, Lomachenko was widely seen as the division's dominant force. At that time, there was significant interest in a unification bout between the two, but Davis's team chose to pursue a different path.
Called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis called
out Loma on social media.
This decision was likely influenced by Davis's youth and relative inexperience at the time, as he was just 21 years old and the youngest champion in the sport, while Lomachenko was at the height of his career. Since then, the dynamics have shifted. Lomachenko has faced setbacks in his career, with notable losses to Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Now, at 36, while Lomachenko's skills remain impressive, questions about his longevity and ability to compete at the highest level have begun to surface. Nevertheless, he recently secured a victory over George Kambosos, reclaiming a lightweight belt and proving that he still poses a significant threat in the division. On the other hand, Davis has grown into his prime, solidifying his reputation as one of boxing's most electrifying talents. At 29, he has compiled a series of impressive wins, demonstrating his power, speed, and tactical intelligence. A fight with Lomachenko would not only be a highly anticipated event, but also a defining moment in Davis's career, offering him the opportunity to defeat a decorated former champion and further establish himself as a top contender. Despite the confusion caused by Ellis's light-hearted post, the prospect of a Davis versus Lomachenko fight continues to generate excitement among fans and analysts alike. As negotiations and planning move forward, the boxing community remains optimistic that this long-awaited matchup will finally come to fruition, showcasing two of the sport's most skilled fighters. Whether it serves as a final chapter in Lomachenko's storied career or a defining victory for Davis, the potential fight promises to be a major event in the boxing world. What are your thoughts? Share them below.